Okay. So, one, the American flag tank, a little wrinkled, but that kind of fits today's whole idea. It's domestic politics, national domestic politics. It is my 8,582nd day alive. It's Thursday. It's for me. It's Thursday for you. Joe Biden said a few words recently, and I agreed with some of them, which is like the problem of being a moderate. Because his message, I like. The way he's trying to do it, the way he's trying to fix America or whatever, I don't like. I don't like it all. This side's too dark. Give me a sec. That might be better. I don't know. What was I talking about? Joe Biden's address. This is gonna be a really gross video to edit because I'm gonna be reading his address and then commenting on each section that I see. Okay, I'm going to break this down as much as I can. First off, my fellow Americans, very important. We're all fellow Americans, right? All of us in America are Americans. Legally or unlegally, we're all Americans. You know what? I don't want this video to be garbage. Let me consolidate some thoughts. It took a whole note card and like half a note card to get all of Joe Biden down on first of all, Joe Biden thinks America needs help immediately, and like kinda it's needed help for a minute. Every time there's a new president, a different part of America needs help. That's just how it works, right? So a president to help all of America, that'd be amazing. Joe thinks he can help America, but he's not helping all of America. He's just trying to help, we'll get there. He passed the American Rescue Plan, which is whatever, don't really care. Pushing vaccine importance, which, vaccines are important when it's like tetanus, when it's like measles, when it's like mumps or like rubella, or if it's like polio, or, I just don't think we need to be pushing the vaccine as hard as we are, you know? But that might just be me. Because of the vaccine, less old people are dying, which, like, cool, I guess. Whatever. We have, like, science and stuff. And we should probably use it more, but there's no easy way to say I'm not an old person, so I don't care. I'm not an old person, so I don't care. And then Joe Biden keeps hitting us with stories of people who like what he's doing, but he didn't give us a single story of people who don't like what he's doing, which is humanizing the people that support him and is dehumanizing the opposition, which not a fan of. You have to talk to both your supporters and opposition because everyone's listening.
You're the president of the United States.
Pandemic isn't over yet. America is less hungry than it was at the start of the pandemic, which makes sense because we're getting used to it or whatever. I don't know if Joe Biden gets to claim that as his dub. 1.3 million new jobs is what he plans to create. 1.3 million new jobs. And on the surface, that sounds great. And I don't even really care that they're blue-collar jobs. But the thing about these blue-collar jobs that he's proposing, it's just like building infrastructure. And once the infrastructure is built, you need substantially less jobs to maintain it. And so you're not building careers, you're building temp jobs. And that's not helping America long term. We need to find a way to build more careers.
Careers?
He says that we're in a competition with China. And we have been for a minute. Because we're the two biggest dogs out here, aren't we? So if we're the two biggest dogs in the park, everyone's going to want to make sure we get along. And if there's a competition between two big dogs, no one's going to want to get in the way. And so maybe this competition between us and China needs to turn into a partnership, you know? Blah, blah, blah. American Jobs Plan builds infrastructure. Not a fan. Jobs that fight climate change, he wants I don't even know, a plastic collector in the ocean. What are you going to do with that plastic? Do you want someone to go around reinstalling roofs and make them all freaking solar-powered roofs, yeah, that'd be really cool. That job would take a while, but it'd be so expensive. It'd be so expensive. Is there a cleaner way to like heat our homes? Probably. I don't know. But he wants jobs that help fix climate change, which like cool. American jobs to build American things. He wants wind turbines to stop being built overseas. He wants car batteries to stop being built overseas. And I totally understand why we want to stop building overseas, because it costs America money literally every time something overseas is built and then shipped over here. It costs us money. And spending American money is wrong. We need to start making America money, right? Protecting the Right to Organize Act, he called it the PRO Act. It protects unions, and I agree. Some unions, like truck driver unions and teachers unions and like hospital worker unions, all need to exist. But if you have like the police unions, bad. Politician unions, what even is that? Can independent contractors unionize? Because I don't think Uber needs a union, right? Because if you don't like what Uber's doing, find another job. Okay. $15 minimum wage. Yeah, that makes sense. Inflation's a thing, and our base pay rate isn't like corresponding with it. But I don't think it needs to be like flat. It should be like a full-time rate, right? And we can charge part-time people less because they're part-time. Paycheck fairness. He wants women to be paid the same as men, which theoretically I totally am behind. But please show me both of their work, and I will tell you with no bias. You can just hand me their work, and I will look at both of them, and I will tell you which one I will hire. Should women do a better job to get more money? Yeah, if a woman's doing a better job than a man, should she be getting paid less than him? No, that's not. That's messed up. But if a woman is doing the same job as a man, they should be getting paid the same. If a woman's doing a lesser job than a man, the woman should be paid less. It's not about the person, it's about the job they're doing. America needs more research and development from tech to health. Okay, agreed. I could do research. I'm a pretty good researcher. I like math. Math is cool. Math is a big part of research. And then he went on to say, let's end cancer. It's well within our power. Excuse me, sir. Do you know what cancer is? Do you understand the scientific complexities behind ending cancer? You think we can find a better cure for cancer than we caught it early, let's cut it out? And if we are close to that, wow, we are so smart. And we did push out a vaccine in like a year that allegedly works. So maybe we are getting closer to curing cancer. American Families Plan. Cool. I think American families need more help for sure. American families are the heart and soul of America. So the American Families Plan attacks education. It makes universal pre-kindergarten, because he said 12 years or 13 years is no longer enough, whatever. I think we should push back the college age instead of pushing up the ender school age. Childcare, also super important, should cost less money than it does. It's not easy to find like a daycare for your kid to go to, and a daycare doesn't really help grow your child's whatever, and so we need a lot of train of thought. Childcare is education, right? If your kid's not old enough for school, you should be able to stay home with your kid. I understand that's like a big task for some people, and like you're gonna need childcare, but I think we all agree it takes a village, right? It takes a village to raise a child, so maybe live in a better village. Paid family and medical leave, 60 days a year. That's cool. Yeah, we probably need that. I agree with that. And a child tax credit. Cool. Theoretically, I enjoy it. In practice, I can't help but imagine that there are going to be some people who think, we're just going to work the system, and they end up just popping out kids for money. But the tax credit doesn't give you money, it just takes less money from you, and taking money from people is theft, so I'm moving on. Healthcare should be a right, not a privilege. That's a quote from Joe Biden. Joseph Robinette Biden says, healthcare should be a right, not a privilege. And I totally agree, healthcare should be a right. But what we define as healthcare is probably different. You gotta draw the line somewhere, you know. What is a health service and what is a ego service, you know? Joe Biden, Joseph Robinette Biden, claims that we should be making a lot more money in taxes as America than we are, and the reason we're making less money is because all these billionaires we have are keeping their money in offshore accounts that we can't tax. And so we're missing trillions of dollars in revenue, tax revenue, that we should have. But I can't blame the rich people for not wanting to give the government trillions of dollars. Trickle-down economics doesn't work. That's a quote from Joe Biden. Yes, it does. Elon Musk is perfect trickle-down economics because as Elon's getting more money, each of his he's hiring more employees, and each employee, as they're hired, gets some Tesla stock. And so as the employees do better, the company does better, and then the company's stock goes up, and then the employee's stock share starts being worth more. And that feels like trickle-down economics. I don't know. It feels like it works. New quote, next quote. Every nation plays by the same rules in the global economy. No. It's the job of the global superpowers to be helping, right? That's what with great power comes great responsibility. Let's move on. I don't want to this video is too long already. Joseph Robinette Biden wants to end the Afghanistan War. Okay, did we kill all the terrorists? He says no. ISIS, Al-Qaeda, they're still out there. We know where they are. Why don't we go to them? He also says that we're not going to them because the biggest terrorists that America needs to deal with are the white supremacists that live here. Maybe we should stop the KKK and the neo-Nazis and every other white supremacist group out there. Yeah, that's a good idea. White supremacists should be in jail. Rebuild trust in law enforcement. I agree. I don't like cops. I don't like a lot of cops. A lot of cops use their badge I see their badge as a crown, you know? They think they're above their badge because they're wearing their badge. The ones that follow the law and then enforce the law by the law. Alright, wow, thank you. You're so cool. Do you want to be a fireman, though? Or a firefighter? I'm sorry, we're supposed to stay gender neutral, aren't we? I don't like any cops. Policeman, policewoman, police transgender person. Any police, I don't trust immediately. I was still talking about Joe Biden's speech. It's so long. I have so many opinions on it because he says so many things. COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act. How many people hated on Asians, you know? Too many, enough for Congress to pass an entire bill, but maybe, hear me out, they're the global majority. There's a lot of evidence saying that China is in fact responsible for the coronavirus pandemic happening in the first place. So maybe I understand why we can't call like a Japanese person a bat biter, a COVID starter. But maybe if you like know someone's from China, like if you're like your eye towards race is like so tuned, you can tell what part of Asia an Asian person is from, then yeah, it'd totally be hateful towards like a Chinese person. But if it's like if it's just like a person of Chinese descent who's like lived in America their whole life, you know they didn't do anything. Shut up, stop talking, come on, be nice to people who aren't doing anything bad. You can totally be mean to people who ruined your life. Equality Act for LGBTQ, especially the youth. So my Governor Asa Hutchinson, you might have heard of him. He's Arkansas's governor. He recently vetoed a bill about allowing, what was it called, hormone therapy for transgendered youths under 18. The bill said, if a kid knows they want to be the other one, let them be the other one. And Asa's response was, oh my, did you ever make a mistake when you were like 14, 16, 10, whatever? Do you live with the decisions you made when you were 10, 14, 16, whatever? Because if you can't live with that little stick and poke tattoo that you got when you were 16, how are you gonna live with new genitals? You know, how are you gonna do that? Okay, moving on. Gun violence is an epidemic. No. If it was an epidemic, I'd see it everywhere, right? And I haven't heard a gunshot that I didn't know about. I haven't heard a gunshot I didn't know was gonna happen in frickin' years, man. Maybe it's just because of where I live, sure. But, what was I gonna say? My stance on guns, right? This is important. My stance on guns. Everyone needs a gun. If everyone has a gun, the guy who thinks he can use his gun as, like, leverage no longer has leverage. An unprotected crowd is now a protected crowd. I don't see what the issue is with everyone owning a gun. Sure, white supremacists probably don't need guns, but if everyone around that person has a gun, then that person would not want to use the gun. I think everyone needs a gun. He thinks we have the right to vote, which, as an American, you do. But as a human, voting's a privilege. You die in other countries if you try to vote. If you vote the wrong way, you die. If you run against Vladimir Putin, you die. So, I mean, yeah, our right to vote is one of the best rights that we have. But, what are they saying? We probably should make voting not easy, per se, also not challenging. We need a good medium barrier for voting, right? You need to be able to cross some barrier. You're an American. We're fighters. We will do what we need to get a job done. If you need to have an ID to vote, you'll go get your ID. If you really care. Okay. In summary, Joe Biden, if you find this, one, thank you for trying to help America. I mean, all we can do as humans is try, right? Two, I don't believe you know what's best for America, and I don't believe the people in your cabinet know what's best for America. I believe you need to start asking Americans, the different opinionated, Americans of different walks of life. America has so many walks of life. If you're only hearing the blue walks of life and what they think needs to change, you're only hearing a fraction of America. So, again, it's hard to be a president for everybody. It really is. It's so much easier to be a president for your party. Please understand the way you see a better America is not the way the youth sees a better America, and please stop doing drastic changes years before you die. That might be a little harsh. Joe Biden, hey Google. Oh, it's not listening. It's in the other room. Joe Biden's like, I don't know how old Joe Biden is. Joe Biden is 78 years old. Oh boy. Guess what I Googled? Average American lifespan. So you see that? 78 and a half. Joe Biden is 78. I was never going to be shocked when Joe Biden dies in office. But this man This man is on his way out. Why is he changing our society so much? Give me a youthful president. Give me a president who understands the current struggle, not the past struggle, not the struggles that we've ignored, but the struggle that is forming. We need to fix that before it starts. Prevention is the best form of safety. Okay, whatever. This video is done. I gotta go edit it. It's pretty long. I'm sorry, didn't mean to do that. If you watched all of it, thank you for watching. Please click subscribe if you made it through this whole video. Please leave a like if you agreed with what I said. Please leave a dislike if you think I said something wrong. Please leave a comment down below if you feel so inclined. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry it was politics. But tomorrow's Friday, so I'll do something different. Every day's different. Do something. Go watch another one of my videos if you want to see how different each day can be. Or turn off your computer, go outside, and enjoy some fresh air. I don't really care because this video is over. Thank you. Bye.